telling a lie for political ends. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. So Quebec is getting ready to go ahead with their ill-advised gun registry. It doesn't matter the number of protests or the 50,000 signature petition or the phone calls to politicians' offices. The Quebec habit of having progressive policies adopted because the right lobby group calls for them, that's going to continue. Public Security Minister Martin Coiteau has even said he's open to amending the gun registry bill in order to toughen it up. Now, Canada has been without the National Gun Registry for nearly 4 years now. There's been no outbreak of gun violence outside of the same kind we had before. Gangs shooting each other using illegal smuggled guns that have mostly been brought into this country from the United States. This gun bill in Quebec is not designed to deal with that kind of violence, and it will do nothing to prevent more of this illegal gun use. It will simply target law-abiding gun owners once again. Now, as the bill appears set to go through, the minister's hinting he may take advice from ill-informed activists and add even more unnecessary measures to the bill. Anti-gun activists claim, wrongly, that you can sell guns in Canada privately without confirming that the person you're selling the gun to has a valid permit. Now, this is plainly false, but that hasn't stopped the Montreal Gazette and other media from reporting it as fact. Let me read you from the Gazette on this issue. Several groups invited to present briefs at the National Assembly during the 5 days of hearings, including Police Civil and Quebec's Director of Public Health, urged the minister to close a loophole in the federal legislation that allows someone to sell their firearm without any obligation to check whether the buyer has a valid permit. Isabelle Goupil-Sormani, representing public health directors and gun control activist Heidi Rathjen, argued that checks should be mandatory in Quebec's law. So they think you can sell a gun to someone in Canada without checking that the person has a gun license? Here's my advice to them. Go get a gun. Try this. You're going to be locked up. At several points in the criminal code, but specifically sections 99, 100, and 101, it lays out the offense and the punishment for selling or transferring a firearm, meaning a gun, to a person who is not authorized by the Firearms Act to possess one. Meaning, sell a gun to someone without a license, you could be looking at 3 to 5 years in jail. Let me just read to you from Section 101, transfer without authority. Every person commits an offense who transfers a prohibited firearm, a restricted firearm, a non-restricted firearm, a prohibited weapon, a restricted weapon, a prohibited device, any ammunition or any prohibited ammunition to any person otherwise than under the authority of the Firearms Act or any other act of Parliament or any regulations made under an act of Parliament. I'd say that's pretty clear, and if these activists, the minister in charge in Quebec, and the media outlets like the Gazette are going to make wild claims, they should at least back them up, fact-check, maybe read the law. In Canada, when selling a gun privately, you're required to check the license of the person you're selling to. No license, no sale, no gun. Not sure? You can always call the Firearms Center, and they will confirm whether someone has a license or if the license is valid. They do that. This bill in Quebec isn't aimed at curtailing gun violence in Canada. It's about the same thing most gun control bills are all about, harassing law-abiding gun owners so that the hassle makes owning a gun less inviting. It never stops the criminal from getting guns. They can buy them easier on the street than we can legally buy them. One day, the gun grabbers might learn that these measures are an expenditure of effort in the wrong direction. Let me tell you, I'm not holding my breath on that.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.